All right, Oval fans, hope you're doing well. Only a couple more days before the premiere of season 2. And just a friendly reminder, on February 16th at 8 p.m. BET, Medea Farewell Play. At 10:30, we're going to have the season 2 premiere of the Oval. And I do believe directly afterwards at 11:30, we're going to be getting Ruthless season 1. Is not debuting on BET because there was a time before where they aired the first 2 or 3 episodes, but they're going to try to play the whole season. But just so you know, Ruthless season 1 already completed. It's on BET Plus, so there you go. And also, if you want to rewatch the Oval season 1 just to refresh your memory, I'd recommend it because yet again, BET Plus season 1 of the Oval and Sisters is up on the platform. So let's say you don't want to pay for a subscription. They do have a 7-day free trial period. Some people have told me, well, Jeremy, when I signed up for the free trial and during that 7-day free trial window, I still got money deducted from my account. I don't know what to tell you because they didn't do it for me back when I did it. But if you want to refresh your memory before the show comes back on Tuesday, I'd highly recommend getting that free trial. And I know I didn't watch the entire season. I watched a couple episodes because I forgot people's names. But this video is just going to be asking the question whether or not Richard is actually going to go back to work this season. It's just speculation. To my knowledge, nothing has been confirmed, but let's just talk about it because there was one photo released of Richard in season 2, and I do remember that Nancy and Richard were not present in the season 2 trailer. But I just wanted to talk about this photo and whether or not Richard's going back to work at the White House as the butler. So before moving forward, please take a moment to hit like, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And follow me on social media, guys. Links are in the description below. Now, I may have mentioned this in another video, or I know I did in an Instagram post, but I think Richard will go back to work, if for no other reason than to be out of the house because Nancy's there. Remember, Nancy, doesn't work. She's stay-at-home wife, mother. And Richard, and if memory serves, he's still recovering from getting shot at the pharmacy. So I know it was in the episode, I believe, entitled A United Front, Priscilla asked the president and first lady about Richard getting his job back, and they said, sure, Donald would work on that. And I think Sam came over to the house. It was either Sam or Priscilla. They came over to the house to let Richard know that he would be getting the job back, so be on the lookout for a call. And, I think Donald will be the one in charge of that, but it just hasn't happened yet. I'm wondering if the whole Jean situation is going to be, swept under the rug like she was swept under the bed, or if it will be revealed, the situation and people will freak out and then they realize, okay, we need Richard back. It's not like Richard could do anything about the murder, obviously, but given that Priscilla made the case in front of the entire staff, president, first lady, that Richard was like the glue to hold everything together, I think that's why it might be expedited for him to come back. And I could tell Nancy's going to be worried, like, Richard, you don't need to be going back to work. You need to recover, after everything you've been through. And given the fact that she probably still won't tell him who the real father of Picky is, he'll just go to work, not to spite Nancy, but just to avoid being around her. Because he did say that, fine, if you're going to stay under this roof, then I want to make it hell for you. So you could argue that Richard's not going to go to work anytime soon. He's going to work on making Nancy miserable until he gets the answers that he wants. But I think we're probably going to see Richard back in the White House because I just think it's a shame that all the promos for season 1, aside from the first family, Richard was like the character, you know, pushing the cart down the hallway, open the doors to like the children's room, and you know they're up to no good, drinking or you know doing whatever, and you hype him up to be like the guy who holds the place together, but he's only in the White House for a few episodes before he gets fired. And yes, I know that Richard and Nancy and their family, they're going through a lot right now, from Callie's abduction to Barry's antics, Richard being shot, then Nancy's skeletons coming out of the closet. But it just really doesn't make sense to kind of hype up the fact that Richard is that glue to hold things together. Notice I'm not making any Gorilla Glue puns. That's low-hanging fruit. But it's just crazy to me how, if you're a Power Ranger fan, you can relate to this. Power Rangers Mystic Force, Udana, who was Nick's mother, aka the Red Ranger, she was the White Ranger. How she lost her powers like in episode 2, but she didn't get them back until like the tail end of the season in like episode 34 or something. So you see what I mean, where a character is hyped up, but then they quote unquote get benched for most of the season, and it's like, okay, that's weird. And remember, Sharon's the only person in the house working, because remember, Nancy stays at home. Barry, I think it was said that he does like odd jobs, you know, like painting, fixing things up, pretty much like a handyman, if you will. Like he pretty much does freelance work. Richard was working at the White House, and of course Sharon works at the pharmacy, and not counting that $100,000 of roofs, because that's in police custody. Barry used that to get out of jail. It's just weird to me that not to mention, what was it? Nancy gave all their savings to her sister to quote unquote be like child support for Picky. So they have no money. It's really weird to think about how Richard, if he doesn't go to work, the family's in shambles. I mean, and then with all Barry's antics and trying to kick Sharon out of the house, what the hell was the plan? And not to mention, he keeps getting into trouble going in and out of jail more than Zach on Sisters. So I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Richard will finally go back to work as butler in the White House? I will say this much. It pretty much depends on the pacing of season 2, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember season 1 only covered the span of no more than like 2 to 3 days, if that. Feel free to correct me, but I just remember fans not liking the fact that the show moves so damn slow. But other fans were quick to point out, like, look, yeah, the Oval, it's slow, but don't act like it's the first Tyler Perry show to stretch out 24 to 48 hours over the span of one season. So I would like to see Richard back at work, just because how different things are from when he got fired, and to just kind of, you know, see what can happen. Like, you know, maybe him and Gail might have some, you know, lighthearted moments between each other because of that moment they had in the truck after he saved her from being group raped by some of Picky's crew. It's going to be interesting. But again, let me know your thoughts. Let's get the conversation going, because the Oval will be back before we know it. And as always, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And like I said at the beginning, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And let me know, are there any other Oval topics you want me to touch on before the season premiere comes on Tuesday night? Now, it is 10:30 p.m., so I'm going to try to be awake for it, but, you know, just don't hold me to it. Like the following week on the 23rd, that's when the show will be at its regular time slot at 9 p.m. instead of 10:30. So just keeping you in the loop. Again, thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next video.